Hi there. So I know that PR can feel overwhelming with all the pitches that you have to complete, press releases, media queries. Sometimes it's even hard to know where to start. So today we are going to take it back to basics. I'm going to break down the essential types of content every PR specialist should know about, why they matter, and also give you a couple of examples so you can see them in action. So think of this as your starter toolkit to PR content. Now, here are a few examples. I'm going to get started with press releases. Now, a press release, these are formal announcements sent to journalists to share news about the company, product, launch, event, or even partnership. So they are structured, concise, and include key details like who, what, when, where, and all of the whys. So, for example, announcing a new product launch or a company winning an industry award, or just talking about the different wins that you've had within your company, like mentioning the different impact that you've had. So it includes all of the relevant details. It has quotes, it's got the media contact at the bottom, so in case anyone wants to contact you. And then next we have pitches. Now, a pitch is your personal message to a journalist, usually shorter than a press release. It's designed to spark interest in a story, or you are, answering a question sent by a journalist. Now, it's tailored to the reporter and highlights the story and why it's relevant to the audience. For example, sending a pitch to a tech journalist about an innovative app solving a common problem, or let's say, for example, a journalist put out a pitch about SEO trends in 2026, wanting to know more about it. So, this is the type of pitch that you can send out if you are the PR specialist and you've got an expert that you are representing, or if you are an expert who wants to put forth their own expertise, then this is what your pitch can look like. Just having a interesting subject line. So forget the keywords, and SEO is all about keywords. So that's going to spark some interest. And then saying who you are, the company you work for, and then exactly why you are the perfect person to be answering this question. So saying why you are the relevant expert. And then providing the information, making use of adding data or any type of statistics to it, and then a strong call to action by encouraging them to contact you again with your media contact here at the bottom. And then a pitch is usually a response to a media query. Now, media queries, so sometimes journalists post requests looking for expert input, case studies, or stories. Your response is a direct answer to that, and it positions you or your client as a helpful source. For example, responding to a helper report out query, asking for expert insights on SEO trends, and like Helper Reporter Out, you've got mention match like this here as well, and they will send you queries in which you as the expert can respond to. However, you have to make sure that you are relevant, you are the relevant person that can answer this question because it's within your industry. So they'll send you a bunch of different queries that you can respond to. The next one we have is thought leadership articles. Now, these are long form pieces where you or your client demonstrate expertise and insights on a topic. They help build credibility and brand authority. So, for example, writing an article on LinkedIn about the future of AI in marketing, or responding to a query from a journalist asking for experts, and providing guest posts. Now, these aren't paid features. It's basically just you as an expert answering this query. So then you can say, hey, I've got the expertise. I am in this industry, so I would love to create a guest post for your publication or for your website. And then this is an example of it from Deepak Shuklavia. So this is on in entrepreneur.com. So you can provide them with a guest post. They do have the option to, make edits where necessary. Also with this, they don't always allow you to include a link back, but you do have this mention, but sometimes they do allow you to include a backlink to your website. They might include their own links within the content as well. And a lot of different sites for different industries allow you to send in these thought leadership articles. The next we've got case studies. Now, a case study tells a story of how a product or service solved a problem or delivered results. They're persuasive and often used to back up claims in pitches or press materials. So another example, detailing how a small business increased traffic by 300% using a client's marketing tool, or mentioning 65K downloads in 12 weeks. So now you are the expert. You are saying, okay, this is what we've done. So the journalist does not have any proof of the claims that you are making. So by sending them a case study, they can go through everything, the challenges and all of the solutions that you provided. They've got screenshots and everything that they can include within their content. So this helps with building credibility. And then the next would be social media content for PR. Now, PR isn't just about emails. Social channels are essential for building awareness and engaging with journalists and audiences. So, posts should highlight news, achievements, or expert commentary. So, another example is tweeting about a product launch or sharing a thought leadership article on LinkedIn. Now, let's use LEM Studio, for example, here on LinkedIn. So you can see it's got a bunch of updates on the new SaaS tools that they are creating. So they are constantly sending out updates on the different tools, its capabilities. And this is a good way so that the audience knows exactly what's happening and what they can look forward to. It also gives the audience an opportunity to engage, ask questions, and that's also a good way to connect with the ones who are using the product. So then we've got newsletters. Now, newsletters lets you communicate directly with your audience on a recurring basis. They can include announcements, updates, or curated insights relevant to your industry. Let's say a monthly email newsletter summarizing key industry trends or company updates. So if you're not sure which newsletters to sign up to, check out your favorite sites. Right at the bottom where the contact details might be, they'll ask you to sign up to their newsletters, and that way you can basically find newsletters. But then you can do that exact same thing with your expert or your own publication. So you can send out newsletters by giving announcements and everything like that. Substack is also a good platform in which you can have your audience subscribe to your newsletters. And then next up, we've got a media kit or a press kit. Now, a press kit is a collection of resources a journalist can use to cover a story. It includes bios, images, logos, fact sheets, and press releases. So it saves journalists time and makes covering your brand easier. So a downloadable kit for a new product launch with images, specs, and a company background makes it so much easier for a journalist to write about your content. So this we have here for this example, we've got Headspace. They've got their contact details and everything, and this is posted on their website. So then here you can download the press kit, making it so much easier for the journalist. So now you can do that exact same thing. So if a journalist wants to write about the expert you're representing or about your company, they don't have to reach out to you and there's a back and forth communication. They can find everything right here. So if you can we check this out? Okay, tips. So here we've got bios, we've got videos, we've got photos and everything. So if you want to do something like this, make sure that you've got all this type of different media, images, videos available so that you can put it on your site exactly in this way. And then lastly, we've got blog posts. Now, blogs are a versatile way to tell stories, share insights, or explain complex topics in a more casual tone. So they're often repurposed for PR or marketing campaigns. For example, writing a blog post about your services and how it solves a common pain point in your industry. Or, for example, this one top 10 agencies in Nottingham for 2024. So now you can basically write this blog article and then post it on your website, and then you can reach out to journalists and say, okay, this is the blog article with all of the research that we've done, so that not only are you reaching out to a journalist, you might get that backlink, but they also get all of the research that you've already done, and all the information is right here for them so that they can refer to it easily as well. So these are just a few of the different PR content that every PR professional specialist should know about.